Hello gamers, this is a week of my solo indie game dev progress. February 4th, shrimp game time. Drew this carrot crop, exported the growth stages, threw them in here, choppy, put the sprites into this array, throw this material onto the plant, debug mode, cast shadows, receive shadows, variable, add some code and some more, carrot button, look at those crops, hub code, wagon code, duplication, working button, errors, expand the array, carrot storage, wagon load value was not correct, so I added this line. Ain't nobody seen better carrots than these. Save the carrots, load the carrots. Set version number by code, as this person suggested. Set the version number, added this code to fix the errors. Build, throw this in here, zip, throw it into Google Drive, archive, upload. While both of those previous things were happening, I wrote up this little post on VuVuu.dev. Go check out the website. I made a new thumbnail for the most recent video, the fourth one in the bunch. Little porp, open up the game manager script, add this code to pan the camera. Didn't work. Forgot to put the camera into the inspector. There we go. Add some more code. Zoom. February 5th. This is the sketch of an idea I had a while ago, and I wanted to make it. Schmeat versus greens. Created some tiles, throw them in. Create a tile map, create tile palette. Look at them tiles. Made a hamburger, put it in here. Make the Schmeat Burger. Create script, open, add some code. Schmeat, add fake gravity, no work. Change code, second attempt, also no work. Code, I think this is how gravity works. 15 minutes later and the Schmeat Burger is gravitying. Drew a couple enemies. A-star pathfinding download, put it in the project. Add tile map collider, scan the graph, throw the enemies into the project. Add components to the enemies, put target position in there. Create folder, prefab the fellas. Pathfinding working correctly. Disable the gravity, look at them go. Create little tower, throw them in. HD tower. Create a script, added some variables, and some code. Keep list of enemies within range. Get enemy furthest along the path. Code projectile, functioning tower. Rotate tower towards target enemy. Looking the exact opposite way. Flip that. Good. Enemy script. Put it onto the enemies. Looking good. Added the rest of the tiles. Now the start of the tile code. Look at those variables. Then I started coding the different tile chunks. And after making those things, sleep. February 6th. I started coding the expand function. I listed out the functions to call depending on the direction of the previous tile, created a script to hold some information on the expand buttons, added the expand button, used some of those details, plugged in the center of the previous tile, spawn expansion buttons and spawn points per function, filled out some more of the code. 1,000 lines of code later, and it was working flawlessly. Made these large tiles, turned them into tiles, added some variables, and some more code. Steal the little porp camera control code, move, added a fake perspective, fixed part of the expanding, redid the random selection of the tile to place, didn't work, take off that, still didn't work. Added these debug tiles, which could be toggled on and off, remove any previous spawn points, which keeps the spawn point at the end of the path. Now on to spawning the waves. After about 4 hours of messing around, I had this, which worked good. On to the next day, February 7th. Fat cube, steak launcher, steak, fish tower, fish, raw chicken, bone sniper base, bone sniper top, bone projectile, blood gunner, Schmeat ball. Exported those towers, put them into Unity, look at those towers, coded the steak projectile, threw the script onto it, edited the range tower script, added all the things. Perfect fish code. Made a script for the fish landmine tower, working correctly. Fatcube.cs, looks good. Card, make 3 spots for the cards to spawn, and a left and rightmost point of the card deck. Added some code to the card script, very nice. Spawn 3 cards, more code, looks nice, works perfectly. Better. 23 attempts later, it's almost working correct. February 8th. More Schmeat game. Coded this to evenly space the cards in the deck. Didn't work. Added some more code. It worked. Never mind. Found this code. Yoink. Not exactly. After some tweaks, it worked. Messed around with the speed of the cards. Added in some sounds. Added them into the code. Very nice. Created the tower cards. A little odd. Added to the code. Created these range indicators. Put them on each of the towers. Add some code. Works. Added code for the building selection. Selection worked, but collisions were being rude, so I stopped towers from touching obstacles and each other. It worked. Then I coded to randomize grass color. Added some colors into the array. It didn't work because the alpha values were 0. And there we go. February 9th. I created a script for moving buildings, added a variable, added some code, and some more. No worky, where did it go? Tweaked some code, there we go. Added a pause menu. Isle of Arrows has this cool cloud visual, so I wanted to make it. I wasted 3 hours to get to this point, but it wasn't gonna work in 2D, so I deleted it. I then drew some more enemies, then exported them, threw them into Unity, chop them up. I pulled desired velocity from the AI path script to flip sprites of the enemies, then put the prefabs into the enemy array. Yeah, I'ma be honest, I don't think they're supposed to be doing that. I added a loss screen, put these sprites in, created a particle system, had some code, looks partially correct, rotated them, then added in sound effects, put in some code, sounding pretty good. Then added this little horn at the start of each wave. Stole some of my sound effects from Otak, add a little code. Very good. Add this line of code. Create a text asset. Change version number. Create this cover image for the itch.io page. Speaking of that, I created one of those. Anyways, thank you to my 3 patrons and 1 Ko-Fi supporter. You can become one too. Okay, goodbye.